This is a rather strange coincidence about Hurricane Helene that people are talking about on social media, and it has to do with a specific novel. This novel is titled Counting Miracles by Nicholas Sparks. Nicholas Sparks has written such novels like The Notebook. This novel was published on September 24th, 2024. So, why are people talking about this novel, and what does it have to do with Hurricane Helene? Well, it all has to do with a specific paragraph in the novel. The setting in the book takes place in North Carolina. Now, the paragraph in this book that has people talking says, Jasper, who is a character in the book, had barely settled into his new job. However, when his life was upended again in September, only a month after Audrey had left, Hurricane Helene unleashed massive rainfall, and a nearby creek in Asheboro quickly rose to dangerous levels. Fortunately, or unfortunately, as the case may be, Jasper was at his house in town, not the cabin, when it began to flood. He pushed through water that soon reached his waist, gathering up photographs from his mantle. This is indeed rather interesting because, like I said, this book was published on September 24th. September 24th is the exact same day that the public had gained knowledge that Hurricane Helene was forming. That was the first day that Hurricane Helene was forming. Just like in the book, Hurricane Helene had targeted North Carolina. Now, in the book, it targets Asheboro, North Carolina, while outside the book, in reality, Asheboro, I do believe, was spared from the hurricane. But one of the locations that does sound like Asheboro, North Carolina, happened to be Asheville. Asheville was one of the locations that was hit the hardest by Hurricane Helene. Looking back on this eerily reminds me of Maui, when those fires had struck Maui between August 8th and August 10th of 2023. There was a book that was published, Fire and Fury, that detailed the events of the fires in Maui between August 10th and August 11th. And this book was published on Amazon on August 10th. The exact title of the book was Fire and Fury, the story of the 2023 Maui fire and its implications for climate change. Now, some say that when you upload a book to Amazon on Kindle or an ebook, it can be published pretty much right away. Others have also said he may have been using AI like ChatGPT to gather from different algorithms to form this book together rather quickly. And the author of this book, his name is Dr. Miles Stones. There is only a couple problems with that theory. For one, the paperback version was available on Amazon on August 10th, 2023. To upload a paperback on Amazon, it can take anywhere from 3 to 10 business days. So this would have been uploaded rather quickly. And two, I don't know how it is now, but back then, ChatGPT and other AI could not tell you about current events. When we had gained knowledge about this book on August 10th, I even made a video about it, and I went to ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT about the Maui fires, and it told me it did not recognize the Maui fires, and it could only tell me things that took place in 2021, I believe, and prior. When this book had come out, this was proof for a lot of people that those Maui fires were not natural. So are we looking at the exact same thing here? Is this book proof that Hurricane Helene is not natural? Because we have an author publishing a book on the exact same day where Hurricane Helene forms. And in this book, it talks about a Hurricane Helene pretty much ravishing North Carolina. I don't really know if this makes a difference or not, because this is another strange coincidence. But back on September 24th, 1958, there actually was another Hurricane Helene that had formed and targeted North Carolina. Now, again, it did not target Asheboro, but there still was another Hurricane Helene that formed on the exact same month and day that present-day Hurricane Helene had formed. So maybe he named the hurricane in his book after the real-life hurricane that did take place in 1958. And I don't know what year his book is set in, but the thing is, North Carolina has received over 80 hurricanes between 1851 and 2019. There was even Hurricane Ophelia, which also took place in September, that also targeted North Carolina. So it's a very eerie quote unquote coincidence. And the reason why I'm saying quote unquote coincidence, because you all know how I feel about coincidences. Now, some of you may be saying, Minutes of Horror, are you suggesting that the author of this novel created the hurricane? No, that's not what I'm saying, but we do know that the powers that be like to add subliminal messages to multiple forms of media, whether it's TV shows, video games, movies, music videos. And so I wouldn't doubt one bit that novels, books, would also have these subliminal messages included. Very, very interesting indeed. But I do want to hear from you in the comment section below. Do you believe that this is just one big coincidence? Or do you happen to believe that this is just more subliminal messaging like we saw with the novel when it came to the Maui fires? Please do, like I said, comment in the comment section below. In any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.